Hey guys, for today's tech tip video, I'm going to show you a website called CoSpaces.io. And man, this thing is awesome if you are teaching computer science. If you're teaching 3D animation, if you're teaching uh, uh, programming, computer programming, if you want your students to experience AR or VR, there are a lot of great uses for the classroom with this tool. And the best part is it's made to be used in the classroom. Now, what I'm going to show you today is the free version. I've used the paid version. What the difference is the paid version allows you to have more spaces, so your kids could have more than one space per kid. It also gives you more images and stuff for your library, and I'll show you how that works in just a second here. So this resource, it works with your Google account for the school. So basically, you click log in, and you log in with your school account to create your CoSpaces account. Select a teacher and say you're over 18, and you can get to this place. So now what you do is create your class and then add your students to your class. Now, once your students are added to your class, you can just add existing students. They can use their school email addresses so that they have access to this when they're at home on their devices. It works very well with Chromebooks. It also works with iPads. Very cool tool here. So you can see here I've got my students. I can add my students, and each student will get one space. The best part is that those spaces are automatically shared to you. So if you were to write up a rubric, let's say you were going to have them create a virtual environment that teaches visitors about Martin Luther King Jr., you could have them build this whole big space and put all of the things that they've learned about Martin Luther King Jr. into their virtual space. Then you could use your rubric to grade it, and you wouldn't have to worry about getting access to it. It would be because they're in your class, they'd have access. So that's enough about the setup here. Let's look at what it actually is here. So basically, on your free account, you'll get two spaces that you can create. And what a space is basically a three-dimensional scene here, right? So on my three-dimensional scene here, if I wanted to add, let's say I wanted to add a house, or let's say I wanted to add, you can see some of these items on this housing are locked and some are available. So this table I can put in here, this living room table, or I can switch to the bedroom, bathroom. You can see a lot of this is actually locked, but let's say I want to put a horse in here. So I got a horse and a girl. Now, in this three-dimensional space, not only are these being added here, but if I single click on it, I can change the size, I can change the location, the starting location. I can rotate it. So if I wanted to rotate, or you got your different axes here to see where you're going to put it for a starting place. Now, if I right click on this, so let's say I click on it once and I right click, there's animations that can be added. So I could say for my horse, let's have him eating while he's waiting. And let's make this programmable. So I'm going to right click on it and click code and using CoBlocks. I know I'm going really fast here, but what I'm going to do is include a link to tutorial videos. You can add physics to this, you can add speech bubbles, all this crazy stuff here. But what I did right here by turning on using CoBlocks is that I made this programmable so that the kids can create an algorithm for what this horse is going to do. Now what they can do is up in the top right hand corner here, they click on code, and it's going to give them CoBlocks here. This is the free version, and what I've done is I've created, let's just delete that out of here and I'll show you how it works. I'm going to create an event so that when the user clicks on the horse, let's say the horse is going to, um, we'll say he's going to change colors. The horse is going to change to, let's say, purple. And then let's also give it an animation. So we're going to say set animation to. So there's another one here that says set occupancy. It's been a while since I've been on here. Oh, that's a paid version. So if you had the paid version, you could say set animation to, and they could do different animations and stuff too. Let's say the horse is going to turn purple and say, "Hi, I'm a purple horse." Okay, so now when play is done, I've created an event that when the horse is clicked on, it's going to do something, right? So I'm going to close this black box here. And now this is that three-dimensional space we were talking about that they can program. Now I'm going to click play to view it. And here's my horse, and the animation is set to eating, right? And when I click on him, he turns purple and says, "Hi, I'm a purple horse." Or the girl, when I had also set up a girl in here, and I put her animation as cheering for the horse, right? So this is the basics of what it looks like and how to interact with it. You can add, remove things. You can change the environment. If you had a three-dimensional camera, you could upload a picture of a three-dimensional space, and that would be the surrounding space around this. Let's say I'm going to make it, tinted red and foggy. So you can change all this stuff. Now, when they're done, West Shore ESD, Waxahachie ISD, if you're a REMC O2 South member, you can check out a VR headset kit. And with that VR headset kit, the students could share their space. So I can click share here, and the sharing works a lot like in Google. So I can say publish to gallery, or I can share it unlisted here. So I'm going to share it unlisted, and we'll name it Welcome to CoSpaces. That's fine, and share unlisted. So now when I click that, it's going to create a link um, right here. So if I click this share link, here's a QR code that on any mobile device like a phone, they can scan this and they can view this in 3 dimensions if they have the CoSpaces app installed. If you wanted to try this, just download the CoSpaces app on your cell phone and then just scan it. There's also a link here that they could share. So they could email this to their best buddy, and their best buddy could enter their world by just typing that in, and it will load it up, and they click play, and now their buddy's in here. They can't edit it, they can just view it, which is kind of cool. Other neat features is that in the CoSpaces, with the student version here, you can actually set it up so that the more than one student can work on the same space at the same time, which is great for group projects. Um, Especially, like, okay, so this scene here, uh, I only did one scene. If I wanted to add another space here, so I could say, let's add a second space, this one here. So now there's two spaces within this world, and I could put like a key here so that it says, like, when they click on the horse, it takes them to the new world. There's camera editing. I mean, there's so much you guys can do here. This is a really cool tool if you want to give your students a creative license to do whatever they want. And coupled with a rubric, what a great assessment tool. What did my students learn about? They can share what they learned in a way that's very fun to them. So, like I said, there'll be a link in the S'more newsletter that I send out that leads to a bunch of tutorial videos that could be used to show students how to get started with this tool. All right, good luck, guys. Hopefully, some of you get a chance to use this.